Hi, this is Stephen Reynolds, and today I want to share something with you that's truly, truly life-changing. And I believe that you're going to get incredible value out of what we're going to share today. Why? Because, see, we all have a set of goals. We all have a set of hopes and a set of dreams. And if you don't get this concept, you'll be like most people, and your dreams will silently, softly slip away from you, and they'll just be gone. And so this is an extremely important, actually a necessary concept for success. Again, if you get this, if you internalize this, if you see its importance, you're one step closer to the success that you're looking for. If you don't internalize this, you go play the lottery, basically, and cross your fingers and hope for the best. So I learned two really powerful lessons from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and this is one of those. And what Stephen Covey says is he says that your entire life is basically broken up into 4 different areas on how you spend your time. And the bottom is given to important things, and the top to not important things. And they overlap with this. On the right is what is urgent, and on the left, or maybe it's the other way around, is the not urgent. I'm trying to think, is this stage right or stage left? How are you seeing this? Yeah, it's left. Okay, anyway. In the upper left, we have what is urgent, but not important. I say it again. It's urgent, but it's not important. This is the salesperson that calls you up on the phone during dinner time. This is the neighbor who comes over and knocks on your door, and you're right in the middle of writing your goals, or you're right in the middle of a very important call, and you've got to stop everything, and you've got to answer the front door. You don't know who's there. And your next door neighbor says, "Can I borrow your lawnmower?" It's urgent. You've got to answer the door. You know, it's very challenging to try and ignore someone knocking on your door, isn't it? That's pretty obnoxious. It stops you. It's urgent, but it's not important. So, that are the distractions. Those are the distractions of life. Now, there are also things that are not urgent and they're not important. You know, if there was a timer on your TV, if there was a timer on your video games, if you could see where your life was going, it would freak you out when you realized literally the massive, massive amount of time, literally months, and for some people years of their life spent in front of a TV. Years. And 30+% of that time was spent watching commercials. What an amazing, amazing thought. Truly life wasters. Okay, now we also have the urgent and important, and I'll just give you one example for this. Your child is sick, and all of a sudden you have to stop what you're doing at work, and you've got to take a half a day off. You've got to go to school and take your child home because they're vomiting at school or whatever they're doing. It's urgent, and it's important. It does not help you achieve your goals. Doesn't do anything for you. You got to do it, though. It's urgent and important. It's firefighting. Now, if we're honest with ourselves, we spend the vast majority of our time, and I would suggest to you there are very few people that spend less than 95 to 97% of their time in these 3 quadrants. And the last quadrant, for some people it gets 0.5%. For some people it doesn't. It's not even on the list. For some people, really highly effective people, they may get up to 3 or 4%. Well, what is it, darn it? It is not urgent. but very important. What is that? What is not urgent, but very important? Well, see, this is the success quadrant. Anything that you do that is going to lead to your success is going to be in this quadrant. Not all of it, but most of it. Like if you start a business, all of a sudden everything will start, you'll be firefighting, right? It'll be urgent and important, and you'll be putting out fires. But starting your business in the first place, it's not urgent, but sure is important, isn't it? Okay. So planning your futures in this quadrant, setting your goals, making connections, writing a book, improving yourself, reading a book, starting a business like we talked about, thinking, planning, everything. Doing what's important to you. Here it is. It belongs in this quadrant. It's the things that we put off because we're too busy trying to recuperate from life, trying to restore our brains in front of the TV. But it doesn't really restore our brains, does it? It's kind of like a person who smokes cigarettes thinks the cigarettes calm them down, but they really don't. In the same way, we think TV calms us down when it's really just sucking our brains out of our heads and making us not as intelligent. And anyway, what happens right now? Right now, you've just found out where you need to be spending your time to be successful. You've also found out where you need to not be spending your time to be successful. Well, if you're anything like the 97 to 99.8% of people, depending on which research study you do or who you listen to, what happens right now is absolutely nothing. That's right, absolutely nothing. The chances are that you will change your life because of this information are so remote, it is mind-boggling. Now, even if you have a colossal wow moment and you're going, this is it, I'm going to change my life, I'm making a resolution right now, I'm going to spend my time on what's important, I'm going to set goals, I'm going to read books, I'm going to go to seminars, I'm going to meet the right people, you're better than most. And still, the chances are that you move forward and take action are very, very low. Because see, let me show you this. Right here on the front cover, there is a beautiful testimony by the famous Tom Peters, author of In Search of Excellence. And Tom says something. He says, this is a wonderful book that could change your life. What does he mean by that? Could change your life? I'm going to step out on a limb here, and I'm going to play psychic for just a moment, and I am going to telekinetically read Tom Peters' mind to tell you exactly what he meant by this. And I will now channel Tom Peters, and Tom Peters is saying, this is a wonderful book that could change your life, but probably will not. And why would Tom think such a thing? Because he knows about people, and he understands 97% of people will do absolutely nothing. Tom could have said, this is a book that can change your life. He could have said, this is a book that will change your life. But he chose his words very carefully. See, action, we all take action. But see, not just any action. The action that's going to get you results is consistent action. There's that dirty word, consistent. Man, that's painful. We're all good at doing stuff. We all make an effort. We'll all read a book. We'll go to a seminar. But that consistency thing really trips us up, doesn't it? What if you could turn the not urgent into the urgent? What if you could, had that little voice in your head that said to you, you've got to do this now? What if we could make that urgency, right? What if you could put success on your calendar? I mean, literally, schedule success right into your life. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh gosh, I better get ready. My appointment with success is coming up tomorrow. Oh, I planned on doing it. I got to be ready for my appointment with success. Wouldn't that be cool if you could feel that urgency coming on? If success became something that you thought about on a weekly basis? I'd say a daily basis, but let's be even more realistic. Let's just bring it down to a weekly basis. And kind of lower our expectations, and hopefully we'll overshoot those goals. If you could just think about your success, and not just think about, oh, I wish I was a success. That doesn't count. Planning, setting goals, learning and getting the skills that you need to be a success. That counts. What if you could do that every week? Wow. Wouldn't that be amazing? Well, that's exactly what masterminds do. They put success on your Calendar. And they say, hey, that mastermind meeting is coming up on Friday. Did you prepare? Did you do what you promised to do in the last mastermind meeting? What will you say to your mastermind members? That is a beautiful accountability. That accountability, which makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, will bring joy and freedom and choice and security and amazing things into your life. This is Stephen Reynolds. Grab a hold of this, internalize it, get involved, put a mastermind on your calendar so that you can have not just action, but consistent action. If you've got any questions, if you have any comments, please email me, Skype me, contact me. I would love to talk to you, and I'd love to answer your questions. So I will look forward to talking to you very soon, and I hope that you found this amazingly valuable today. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.